Jeremy Showtime Grimes of Studio 22, and I'm Line. You're
on the 3 Count Podcast.
And you're listening to the 3 Count Podcast.
Welcome everybody to another great edition of the 3 Count Podcast presents Now Entering the Ring. I'm your host, Clifford Red Dog Miller, and I will be leading you on this expedition around the block. So let's get into it because it's not about me. It is our special guest. This is Now Entering the Ring, which means one thing: we have a special guest for you. You can find this man on his t-shirt, Camp Leapfrog. You can find this man on Invictus Pro Wrestling. You can find this man a part of GCW, Game Changer Wrestling, and Alpha Championship Wrestling. This is the man who's got his own popular YouTube channel because, you know, it stays lit with all of his compilations of his best moves. Give it up for the man who's got the best looking abs in wrestling, Abbs.
Thank you for having me. Wow, very flattering stuff. I like it.
Hey, man,
I'll correct you. I don't have much on my YouTube right now, but my Instagram it's popping.
Oh yeah, I did see that too. I was paying attention. I was like, oh wow, you have a lot of content.
Too much content sometimes.
No, never, man, never. You know, it's like our TikTok channel. Like people are like just finding out about it, and we've had it for probably like 3 or 4 months, and like we just started blowing it up, and like everybody's like, dude, you put out like 10 videos a day. I was like, listen, we just put out news stories and just people to come check out our show. That's all we do.
I get it. Always, that's cool, man. Always got to hustle.
Always. All right, but let's get this started, man, because I want to know more about you. We don't even know about our show, man. They can come check us out anytime. So let me know. First question off the bat, man. Who is Abbs?
Abbs is Andrew's Better Body System. He's got the best abs in all of wrestling, and I don't care what anyone says because they're totally not fake. He is the exact opposite of what you would think a body guy is, meaning he is completely not confident in himself, except for his abs, obviously, and he is very, very awkward and antisocial. So everything you think those guys with the chiseled physique would be, he's the opposite.
I like it, though. I really do.
And there's nothing fake about him.
So I'm curious, man, like, how did you get into the business?
Okay, I mean, I guess I'll go back to when I started watching wrestling. It was late in life. I tell this all the time. I started watching wrestling very late in life when I was in college. When I was like 19. I went to my friend's dorm room and he had Raw on, and I'm like, oh, cool, this is awesome. And then from there, the rest is history. So I'm a late bloomer in this whole thing, but in a lot of things in life, I'm a late bloomer. But from there on, I stuck with it, and it's become something I've very passionately kept up with.
Nice. That's awesome, then. So then, like, as far as like training and like hitting, like learning to hit the ropes and taking bumps, I just want to know, like, what's been like one of the worst bumps you've taken so far?
Usually I've been pretty lucky with the bumps, but like I guess one in particular happened in training where I went for an elbow drop on someone. They moved and I landed and fractured my rib. That's like the worst injury thing I've had so far. But as far as crazy bumps, like I haven't really had to worry about crazy stuff because I don't know. I really have been very lucky with bumps, and I could say an elbow drop is probably the worst bump I've ever given and taken.
That's awesome.
It hurts.
Oh no, I one of my trainer was like, hey, do you know how to take the suplex off the top rope? I was like, no, but I guess we're gonna go for it, and we did. And like, oh man,
I've never done that yet, so I'm a big guy.
Right, you don't have a need to know. You don't need to be jumping off the top ropes.
Yeah, there's lots of bumps I have never taken yet, but I feel once the time comes, I fully know how to do it by now. If the time should ever come. Not like I'm gonna let them, but
right. I was like, hey, I want you to do a back body drop, and be like, no.
Unless you're like 6'7", and then that's the only way I'm probably gonna do that for someone.
So tell me about one of the times like your hardest hit, like the hardest you've ever been hit.
Hardest I've ever been hit. I've taken drop kicks square in the face. I've taken an eat defeat straight to the jaw without really putting anything up. I just got, and then just was sore for about a week. Worst hits I've ever taken. Those are the ones I could really think of off the top of my head. Drop kicks and eat defeats.
So I have taken a drop kick to the mouth, but like as far as like eat defeat, like I haven't had one of those yet, and I kind of want to take one.
Now that I'm remembering, it was all from the same person. So there you go. It was from the same person at different times.
That's awesome. All right, man. So one of my other questions, like I really do like to ask for this show, is like, what's one of your favorite post-match snacks?
Post-match snacks. Ooh. Lately I've been, I guess, trying to keep it a little bit healthier. Probably go for like a nice meat stick or something, or something high in protein, I guess. Get a protein cookie, a Quest protein cookie. Depending on which area I'm in, stop at the Wawa or the Sheets, whatever the heck that whole rivalry is. I'm from New York, so I have no say in that whole thing. They're the same to me.
No,
I'm about to get like roasted, I'm sure, but
the heat is coming. The heat is coming.
It doesn't matter. It's usually an energy drink and a protein cookie, I guess.
Okay. You have a certain flavor of Quest cookie that you like, or you just
the chocolate chip?
Okay, bet. Yeah, I'll be honest, man. I'm a Larry's guy myself, and like the macadamia white chocolate cookies.
I try to do. I've been trying to do like on and off keto lately, so I've been trying to do the keto stuff, so no carbs really.
Right.
But that usually works for me, I guess. Got to maintain those abs by, no carbs.
Hey, I get it though. It's tough. It's tough to keep all that like tight. I get it.
Keep it nice and tight. Yeah.
So curious though, man. Like, what's been like one of your favorite fan interactions that you've had?
And interactions. I'm trying to recall one. I don't know. Generally, when anyone comes up and says nice things to me, it's always nice and it's always flattering for me. Again, I'm as I said before, I guess the whole thing came on. Like, I'm really still kind of new at this myself. I've been training since 2014, but only really started coming out here and since 2019. So there's been very minimal stuff for me lately.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Especially with like the pandemic last year, it kind of shut everything down. And that's us too. Like I remember starting in January of 2020, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get in there.
Set something on fire, then COVID.
Yeah. And then March came. It was like, no. I was like, all right, I'll just wait till May.
And then May comes, and I'll wait till July. July comes. All right, it's getting a little better, but
it's almost there. It was just because for me, like I started hitting the ring again, like late March when everything got shut down. Like I just stayed in the house, and I was just like, all right, I subscribed to DDP Yoga. Shout out to Diamond Dallas page. I subscribed, and then like started doing yoga like every day, and started getting more flexible. And then in May, my trainer was like, hey, we're gonna have training in my house. I was like, I'm there, and I just went and just started training again.
Go for it. Yeah.
No shows opened up until like late September. No, I'm sorry, October. It was when my first wrestling show came on, and I was like, damn, because I was supposed to show up. I was supposed to be at a show in September or late August, and 2 weeks before the show, I tore my lower abdomen. I was out.
How ironic! You have me on.
Right.
Were you located like in Maryland or?
Yep, outside of Baltimore.
There you go. Nice.
Yeah. So, Invictus, I may have to make a hop up there and Go check out.
Do it. They're really cool.
Yeah, Alex is the man. I'm a huge fan of his.
Oh yeah, I love Alex. That dude's the man.
Right. And then like, my friend Big Trouble Ben Bishop, like makes his way up there like all the time. So like I was like,
I've never met him, but I've heard of him, and I'm looking forward to meeting him.
he's such a nice dude too. He was actually the first guest on our show.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I hear he's like what, 6'12"?
Yeah, 6'12", 15% of a metric ton. He's not corporate, but he's all about the business.
That's good genes right there.
Yeah, I tell him. I always like find myself quoting him, and like just the most random times, like just to put somebody over, I'll put him over really quick. But like I'll walk around the house and I'll just be like, "You better get ready to get ready."
Yeah, word.
So, what kind of advice would you give to up and coming wrestlers?
Up and coming wrestlers. I guess the generic one I would give is eyes open, ears open, mouth shut. Pretty much, just like humble yourself. Don't be if you've only been in a few locker rooms and like you have only like have very minimal show experience. Don't try to pull off the whole arrogant heel thing so quickly and start making shoot promos. Trust me, I know people who barely have set foot in locker rooms lately, and they're cutting shoot promos already. And I'm like, no, talking about being disrespected and they've only been in like one or two locker rooms, and I'm like, don't do that. Just a perfect way to get heat. I mean, that's just my personal thing. It's like it may work for some people. I don't know, but like I say, just go in. Be as decent of a human being as you possibly can. Obviously stand up for yourself when it comes to like, I don't know, pay or booking stuff. Obviously stand up for yourself with that type of stuff, but all in all, just be a decent person. That's what I think. And I think it can get you pretty far. And just don't think you know more than anybody.
No, that's great advice. That's great advice. So we're going to ask you for a little bit more then. Give me one do and one don't of being in a locker room.
One do. Definitely. Obviously this is a subjective topic, but I definitely think introduce yourself to as many people or everyone as you can, whether it's a talent or just people who are running the show. And a don't. Don't just do it like you're brushing them off. Like actually look them in the eye and be like, how are you? This and that. Like just don't come in there with an attitude.
No, that's really great advice because there's a lot. Well, no, because it makes sense though, because I've heard horror stories of people who just like walk in. It was just like, hey, and just keep it moving.
Yeah, don't superstar people.
Yeah,
don't big time people.
Definitely. But those are really like my hard-hitting questions for you.
Oh, we got through them so quick.
Yeah, but we do have the second best segment on this podcast, which is the 3-count podcast, 10-count questions. Mm-hmm. And here's how it works. I'm going to ask you a series of questions, rapid fire. It's whatever first comes to your mind.
Okay.
Are you ready to handle it? Let's put the timer on the clock. Bing! And here we go. SmackDown or Raw?
Oh, SmackDown right now.
Yeah, I have to agree.
Raw's garbage right now.
Raw is 100% garbage. Favorite karaoke song?
Oh, God. If I ever did it, I think the most recent one I did years ago when I was like pissed drunk, I did like Heaven is a Place on Earth. I was pissed drunk when I did it.
That's awesome, though. That's a good song to pick. Mario or Sonic?
Oh boy, I want to say both, but I guess like probably Sonic. Honestly, vaguely.
Yeah, I mean, I like
Killian McMurphy would love me answering that. I'm sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Sonic is the man. I don't want to hear anybody talking anything else about him. Okay.
It's barely. I like Mario, but I like Sonic just that much better, I guess.
Of course. Mm-hmm. Favorite movie?
Favorite movie? Trainspotting.
Ooh, okay. Xbox or PlayStation?
PlayStation.
Favorite actor?
Ooh. Favorite actor. That's a tough one. But right now it's kind of. Have you ever seen like Peaky Blinders? The dude from there, Cillian Murphy.
Yeah. No.
I'm trying to. I felt skeptical saying his name because I just mentioned Cillian McMurphy, so I don't want people to start getting confused. But Cillian Murphy, yeah, that dude's cool. I love him.
He's a great.
Liam Neeson, all them guys.
Yeah, Killian, especially like from The Dark Knight and
Yeah, for sure.
I loved him in Red Eye. Like I know a lot of people that like that movie. I loved him in that movie.
For sure.
Yeah, we can talk that all day. Marvel or DC?
DC, honestly. I grew up a Batman fan my whole life. Not much for the comics, but I grew up on the movies, the animated series. I was even shown the 1966 Adam West movie, and I loved it. So I'm a Batman guy, so DC.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of Adam West. Like I love
there you go.
The whole Batman series. Like I'm such a fan of, and then like Cesar Romero as Joker. Like yeah, that's
for sure. It was just good fun back then. Now it's also dark, which I also love. But
yeah, I mean,
some fun.
Ben is a great Batman. I have high hopes for Edward. What was it?
For Robert Pattinson.
Robert Pattinson. I have high hopes for him.
I even liked Val Kilmer's Batman as Batman Forever. I truly believe Batman Forever was a hidden gem. Batman and Robin sucked, but
Batman and Robin did suck.
Batman Forever, I think, is a hidden gem.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan. Well, actually, Val Kilmer is my favorite live action Batman. Of like,
there you go.
Yeah, I can 100% agree with that. And then that movie was just like filled with. We're like going off topic. I don't really care. That movie was filled with like stars like crazy though, man. That is just in a sense of like Jim Carrey and Tommy Lee Jones. But
it was good, cheesy fun.
Yeah. And then Drew Barrymore was in the movie too. Like
randomly she was there as just some weird henchwoman.
Yeah, Sugar.
There you go.
It was Famika Bazan or something like that. She played Spice.
Right.
So, there's like so many great like cameos in there. I was like, yo, if you didn't like that movie, just something was wrong with you.
Exactly.
All right. Favorite podcast.
For going wrestling podcasts, I would probably say Edge and Christian's podcast was awesome. I currently love the Good Brothers podcast, Talking Shop. They're so fucking, I mean, sorry if I curse, but
you're fine.
They're so hilarious and awesome. And regular non-wrestling podcasts, Comedy Bang Bang.
Okay, cool. I like that one too. I'm a fan. That one, and like for me, outside of our podcast, the Joe Rogan Experience is another one that I can listen to. And then
depends who's on it, I'll listen to that.
Yeah, but you know what's funny is like I always go in there, I'm like, I don't know who this is. And then genuinely I find myself like researching more about that person like afterwards.
Right.
Well, it's crazy.
I tend to not always agree with Joe Rogan's political views, but whatever.
Yeah, that's how people are. But I'm like, you know what? I didn't come here to listen to you talk politics. I came here just to hear you have a conversation, and that's what I ended up.
I get that.
I know a lot of people don't like her, but I'm a huge fan. I loved listening to all 4 episodes that Tulsi Gabbard was on the Joe Rogan Experience. I was like,
right. I didn't even know she was on it. That's interesting.
Yeah, she's incredible on it. Yeah, she actually, and in fact, like during like the primaries, even though like I'm on the Republican side, like she was my candidate. I was like, if she wins the primary, I'm voting for Tulsi Gabbard.
Right. I get you. I'm not going to dive into politics.
Yeah. Someone's gonna hit me up and they're gonna be like, "What?" And be like, first of all, I'm independent. Like I don't want to hear it.
Word.
But nominate one person that you would see on this podcast.
Who would I love to see on this podcast? I guess my Camp Leapfrog tag team partner, Abby Jane. I would love to hear her on here.
Bet.
She's great.
we're coming for you. We're gonna hit you up, slide in your DMs, and
Sorry, Abby.
talk
No,
to you.
you're good.
And then last but not least, this is what made it even better for me that you're like apologizing. Favorite question to ask every single person who comes to this podcast. Favorite curse word.
Oh my God. I love this question. Usually just go with something completely obscure, but I just love the sound of like bastard. That's a fun one. Or just calling someone a tool or a shithead, fuckface. I don't know. I like to get creative.
Oh yeah. And when you get to like put other words with other words, that's what makes it like phenomenal.
Fuck shit.
I'm like, God, I cannot stand your bitch ass.
Word. I have a variety of curse words I probably use. Maybe not all of them so politically correct, but I don't know.
I don't know either. It's a curse word. I can say whatever I want. I have consequences, but I'll say whatever I want. I'm not worried about it.
I just like the sound of. I guess if we're gonna go favorites, I just like the sound of bastard. Just the way it sounds. Like, oh, you're a bastard.
That's awesome. So, last thing I need from you, my man, is I need to know where our viewers and our listeners can find you.
You can find me. I guess my most active social medias are Instagram and Twitter. Instagram, I am at not fake abs, all lowercase. Twitter, I am at generic abs, abs all caps, ABBS, 2 B's, not 1. And I have a pro wrestling tee store. Go get yourself a nice set of abs on there. My Only Abs shirt is available on there too. It's also on my What a Maneuver shop, which I just opened up recently. It's another way to get my sweet, sweet merch. So go check all those out.
Yeah, diversify.
And also on Camp Leapfrog on IWTV. And Invictus Pro Wrestling, which the next one will be in Bloom, where I'm in the Climb for Clout ladder match on April 24th.
Yeah, buddy. I know that. I got that one all lined up. We had it dated. Just kind of curious.
I'm in the ring with 5 other really, really strong competitors. Actually, even 6, yeah.
Yeah, it's a wild mess. I was like, oh, this is awesome. But in the meantime, between time, this is Now Entering the Ring, and I am your host, Clifford Red Dog Miller. And as I said, we always have a special guest and on Now Entering the Ring, and it is the man, the myth, the legend, the not fake abs here on our show. So you guys know what to do. Tune into the next episode and be there, or you just wait till this ends and then wait for the next episode to start. Okay, don't skip. Okay, that doesn't make no sense. Peace.
I don't.
What's going on, 3 Count Nation? I'm Clifford Red Dog Miller with the catchphrase. But what I really want you to do right now, go to twitter.com, right? Go over there, find us at the 3count_pod, give us a follow, give us a like, give us a comment. We want to talk to you guys. Go to IG at the 3count pod. Give us a like, give us a follow, leave us a comment. We want to interact with you. Go to youtube.com, give us a subscribe, turn the bell on, turn the notifications, leave a comment. We want to talk to you. Go to anchor.fm/the 3count podcast, and in there, you can leave us a message, and we will talk to you. Basically, what I'm trying to tell you is that we want to talk to you. We want to have fun with you guys, and we love listening to what you guys have to say. Also, one thing I need you to do for me, the 3count podcast also has merchandise. Oh! At prowrestlingtees.com/the 3count pod. Please go buy our t-shirts. We love you guys, and we hope you love us too. So show us some support, please.